had a bad experience with online shopping? Either it's because your Wi-Fi is pretty slow, or because your favorite pair of shoes is not yet under the sales division, or even because you're not sitting comfortably on your couch. We've all had a bad experience. But how to go about the fact that you feel like your favorite store is selling an item that's racially insensitive? How do you go about the fact that you're right now staring at the picture of a child, an African American child, wearing a hoodie that says, "the coolest monkey in the jungle"? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andreia Marcelo, and I'm here to talk to you about a PR disaster that happened at H&M. First, I will talk to you about what H&M is, and I'll give you a little background about the company. Second, I'll talk to you about the disaster and how the consequences it had for the company. And lastly, I'll talk to you about how H&M dealt with it. H&M is the it's the second largest global clothing retailer. It is a Swedish company known for its fast shipping for clothing for men, women, teenagers, and children. And it is currently in many countries in the world. It's currently in 74 countries, and it has around 5,000 plus stores. And customers also have the option to buy the clothing online. In January of 2018, though, H&M has had to face a backlash over its monkey sweatshirt ad. Under the kids division, there was a child, an African American child, wearing a hoodie that said, "the coolest monkey in the jungle." H&M realized that that was a bad PR image when many celebrities started voicing their opinions over that sweatshirt. Celebrities such as The Weeknd, LeBron James, and Diddy showed on their Twitter how they were unhappy with what happened. The Weeknd, for example, who was until that time one of the partners of H&M, said that he was not going to work with the company anymore. And Diddy and LeBron James went one step ahead, and they added the picture, and instead of "the coolest monkey in the jungle," they wrote the coolest king in the world. Many other people also voiced their opinions on Twitter, and something that was very interesting about the fact is the idea that another child, a Caucasian child under the same division, was wearing another sweatshirt that said "survivor expert." Many people on social media say that that was a racist slur because it's known by everyone that monkeys are related to race. As it was inevitable, we know that the sales for H&M went down, and many customers and many people stopped buying the clothes. The question that many people might be having right now is, what did the family say? Like, who is this child who had the picture on the internet? The family say that they were not offended at all by the picture, and in their opinion, they just said their son out there being a model, and he wanted to be a model, and they were not very happy about what the situation went to be, but they just didn't want to relate themselves with what the internet was talking about. For them, that wasn't racist at all, and they just had their child being a model the way they wanted. To solve the situation, the first step that H&M took, and I'm pretty sure that any other company will take, was definitely to apologize on social media. They went out and they said that they were really sorry, and they took the sales down for the sweatshirt. Something funny about it is the fact that they only took the sales down for the day after everything went over the board, only in the US stores. They still sold the t-shirt on the stores in the UK. After that, people were still talking on social media that what is the point of you taking it down only in the US? And what is the point of apologizing if by the end of the day you did it? So H&M realized that apologizing wasn't the only step that they needed to take in order to solve that situation. And they took a step ahead, and they also hired a diversity manager. That was the best solution that was done. Even though the sales went down, people looked at H&M in a different way. In conclusion, I talked about the PR disaster that happened in H&M. H&M is a Swedish company that sells clothes for men, women, children, and teenagers. One of the biggest PR problems that happened in H&M was definitely related to racism, and one of the best ways that they solved it was definitely by hiring a diversity manager. A big company such as H&M that knows that they're selling clothes for people in different corners of the world have to know that one of the things that they have to keep in mind every time is related to diversity. It is not possible that a company in 2018, for example, can go out there committing things related to racism up to now. So something that we always have to keep in mind is that one bad PR image will always follow you. So no matter what good you do, if you do one thing that is bad, everyone is going to remember you about that. So my biggest fear right now, probably that's H&M's biggest fear, is that the second they do something bad again, everyone is going to remember the coatless monkey in the jungle.